Hello and welcome to this video for the GKFX MEM tool. First things first, we will need to connect to the GKFX MEM tool. So we will choose the server of our MetaTrader 4 account. You enter your login and your password, and you press remember to remember the account, and you press sign in. Once you press sign in, it will communicate with the server, and you will reach this screen, the MEM client screen, where you will find your sub-accounts. All these sub-accounts are linked to your master account, so which means that if you open a trade on your master account, these accounts are linked to it. Do note that you cannot trade from the MEM client itself. You will still need to use MetaTrader for this. Two very important buttons on the main screen here at the MEM client screen is request from server and send to server. For each action that you do, for example, I want to disable a sub-client of mine, so it doesn't trade anymore. I choose disable here, I just uncheck his client, and I send this to the server, so the changes are actually applied. If I want to enable it again, I just click again on include and send to server again. Additionally, you can see also the balance and equity on the screen. If you want to update this, you want to get the latest data, you click request from server and all the numbers will be updated from live. Additionally, you also have some location functions, which we will go over shortly. Also for these, you will need to press each time send to server to make sure that it updates correctly. So I will show you now how to disable and enable accounts. So this is one of the strong points in this tool. So you can just choose which clients you want to trade for. However, once you enable these, you always have to save your changes. So for example, now I have 4 accounts saved, which are enabled. So I open a trade on my master account and my sub accounts will all have an open trade. As you can see here, it's open a trade here. However, if I choose to disable one of the accounts as such, I just uncheck it and I click send to server to make sure the changes are applied, and I open a trade again on my master account. You will see that the one I just disabled won't receive a trade actually. So here we go, one trade added in my master account, but here there is none. However, if I check to one of the other accounts which is enabled, you will see 2 trades open. In case you would like to find out which accounts have deposited or withdrawn, you will be able to see this in MetaTrader 4 itself. So for example, if you access your master account, on this screen it will be to the left, and you check your journal, your account history, you will see here all the different trades you have done, but also you will see in case a client has deposited, it will be automatically added as a record inside MetaTrader 4, so you can see the exact login from where it came, how much there was added to the account, and it will be topped up to the master account. One of the benefits of the GKFX MEM tool is also the fact that you can change the allocation method. So here we see 4 ways: evenly, by equity, by balance, or by lot factor. So first of all, we will discuss the evenly allocation. So now I have 4 accounts enabled. I send the data to the server with the allocation method evenly. So if I open a trade on my master account, so first of all I will close the open trades first. So I open a new trade for 1 lot. Since I have 4 accounts enabled, these should be perfectly even. And as you see, 0.25 lots will be opened on one of my sub-accounts. Also, the rest of them will have 0.25. If I happen to choose less accounts, for example, I disable 2 accounts, and again I apply by sending to the server, and I open a new trade again for 1 lot, this will be reflected as 0.5 lots since I only have 2 accounts enabled. Another allocation method that is available is by equity. As it shows, it will depend on the equity that's available. So for example, now we have 2 accounts enabled. I send these changes to the server with the allocation method of equity, and I do request from server. Now you can see there's a slight difference in equity from these 2 accounts. So this is the up-to-date data. So I will open a new trade on my master account. Let's say again for 1 lot. Let's buy, And if I check now the trade on one of my accounts, you see there's a small difference. So on the 55 account I have 0.49 lots open because it has a little bit less equity than the other one. And if I go to my 752 account, you will see that this one is 0.51 due to the fact that it has a little bit more equity available. So the third method for allocation is by balance. So if I choose from the right hand side button here the drop down allocation balance, select this one, I have two accounts enabled, and we send these changes to the server to make sure everything is saved correctly. I request a new data from the server, and as you can see there is a small difference again here in balance. So if I open a trade inside my master account, so a new order, and I take again one lot, as you can see now, the trade that's opened on my master account reflects on my sub accounts, but again there is a difference because of a difference in balance. Fourthly, we have the allocation method by lot factor. So if I choose lot factor here down, there is an extra column that will appear inside the table, which is called lot factor. So for the moment all these are set to 1.0. So if I decrease or increase this will have influence on my trades for my sub accounts. So now we have ball on 1, we have 2 accounts enabled, so I send this to the server. I open a new trade on my master account, and this one should be equal for the 2 accounts enabled. So as you can see 0.5 lots is opened on one of my sub accounts. However, if I choose to change a lot factor size, so for example I will change it to 2.0, I send these changes to the server. So I have one with 2 lot factor, one with 1 lot factor size. I will open a new trade on my master account, and as you can see, because of the lot factor size, the allocation to my sub accounts will be different. So I have 0.47 for one, and for the other one I should have 0.53. As you can see here, 0.53 is reflected on the other account. Another function we have is the risk factor function. So here you can see in the column risk factor, I can increase the risk for certain sub accounts. So for example, I will put here 2, and I will send these changes to the server. If I open a new trade on my master account, so I can open again for 1 lot, you will see that this account will have more allocated than the other account because of a lot factor of 2 and a risk factor of 2. So if I connect to the other account, which is less, only 1 risk factor. Another useful tool inside the GKFX MEM tool is the template function. The template function allows you to save a certain set of users. So for example, I have here 2 users enabled. I will save these ones as a template. So I click on Save Template. You give the file a name, you press Save. And I want to make another template for my 4 users, so all users enabled. I enable these. I again press Save Template. I give it another name, and again I press save. So if I want to switch through my templates, I just press load template. I choose the file I want, and as you can see, the selected users have changed. If I choose my other template, all users are enabled. This is very useful in case you want to manage a lot of users. Make sure to save all changes to the server afterwards. Another function which is supported is a partial close. So for example, I have an open trade on my master account of 1, which is then allocated to my sub accounts. However, I want to close a part of this trade. So I want to modify the trade on my master account. So I right click in MetaTrader and I choose modify. Make sure to select market execution, and I change the volume to 0.5 and I close. What will happen is it will actually close the trade and reopen a new trade. So you can see there's 0.5 and the other one has been changed accordingly. So if I check my account history, you can see that one record is actually a closed one and a new trade was opened for 0.5, and the other trades are also sent. This concludes this educational video for the GKFX MEM tool. If you require more information regarding the allocation methods, feel free to click on the Help tab and then the MEM user guide, which includes all the necessary information and technical information. And feel free to contact us for more information also.